Join me, 48 Hours correspondent Erin Moriarty, on my podcast, My Life of Crime, as I take on true crime investigations like no other. This season, I'm looking into the labyrinth of crime and secrets within families. I'm cutting straight to the evidence and talking to the people directly involved, including investigators and the families of victims. Listen to My Life of Crime with Erin Moriarty wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Marvel Studios Echo. All episodes streaming January 9th, only on Hulu and Disney+. Rated TV MALV. Viewer discretion advised. Maya Lopez has betrayed her mentor, the notorious Kingpin. Now on the run, she returns to her hometown to prepare for the biggest fight of her life. Don't miss Marvel Studios' hardest-hitting series yet. An epic 5-episode event. Marvel Studios Echo. All episodes streaming January 9th, only on Hulu and Disney+.
Hey, y'all, this is April.
And this is Caroline.
Thirsty Thursday, Bloody Happy Hour.
Oh, it's going to be a good one. I'm so thirsty.
Post live show,
y'all. It was so good. That was a fun, like, I didn't feel, leading up to it, I was like nervous, I guess, but it wasn't, it just felt more like laid back. I don't know, to me. Relaxed.
Yeah. Was it the gummies you ate right before?
Oh, it could have been. It could have been the edibles. It could have been the mushrooms or
the edibles or anything.
Yeah.
It was good. I was so glad to see everybody. We had some of our OGs, like some of the ones that have been to every single live show. I love seeing them, but I love seeing new faces and the husbands tag along.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they even had fun. So shout out to everybody who came, especially the ones who brought us presents. Isabella and Dina, we're still drinking on all the good stuff.
Thank you. That was so nice and unexpected.
If you couldn't come, it's on Patreon now, so subscribe and you can watch the live show that you missed. Caroline went way back to the 1800s.
I went to the black and white pictures, and I had quite the slideshow.
Yes.
Sea turtles and everything.
And I just went down the road to 2020, so we covered all eras.
Yeah, we did. I've never gone back that far. We've never gone back that far.
No, we haven't. Not at all.
That was interesting.
So today you inspired me with cannibalism from the live show. And then my story had a little bit of decapitation.
Yeah.
So I decided to find a story that had a little bit of both.
Ed Gein.
No.
Oh.
But
I don't know if he cannibalized anybody.
No, but he did. Okay, so this girl that I'm doing, it is as if Ed Gein.
Don't tell me it's Taylor Shabusiness.
No.
Okay, because I'm going to do Taylor Shabusiness.
I can't even say that name.
Okay, good.
This is as if Ed Gein and Katherine Knight had a serial killer or had a killer child together.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, no. That's not good. What was her name? Edthan? Catherine? I can't even. I'm trying to think of like a Benifer, but.
It's called The Sugar Baby Cannibal.
Oh.
Sugar Baby.
Sounds kind of nice.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was going to say I could use a sugar baby, but I need a sugar daddy at this point.
Yeah. You want to be the sugar baby.
I do, but I think I'm too old for that now.
Oh, you got to be the sugar.
I think you have to be like
woman?
a certain age.
Did you get a sugar? No, I'm playing.
I mean, I might have had a. I can get a sugar baby.
Oh, you're of the
I
age
just
where
can't be a sugar baby.
Okay.
But
No.
I can't provide for them, so they wouldn't be. They would just be like a side piece. I don't know.
Or a main piece.
Or main piece. I'm okay with that. Shout out. Come back.
Okay. Or just somebody who just gets up and walks out the next morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On
Okay.
their heels. It's fine.
Okay.
It's normal.
So, trigger. I already told you what the triggers were. Let's meet a girl named Omaima
Okay.
Nelson.
Oh.
That's the only time I'm going to say that right. Omaima.
I mean, I feel like I want a pancake now, so it's fine. Like Jemima?
Ain't Jemima. Okay, so she was born in Cairo, Egypt.
Oh, hell, we're going to Egypt.
But only for a minute because she came to the U.S. in 1986 when she was 18 years old. She was a model and a nanny in her spare time.
Au pair.
Yeah. And she was reportedly beautiful and often used her looks to seduce men as an adult.
Good for you, girl.
But she grew up, so her childhood, she grew up really poor, and her dad was a very abusive, physically and sexually father. What a dick. So she was raped a lot, and then she was abused. And not only that, she had to go through female circumcision.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, because I had to look up the steps of what that is in Egypt, because it's different in different countries.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
It is a thing. The first thing they do...
Is this like a lobotomy?
That has to do with your brain. A female circumcision is your... They get your clitoris and your labia, and they cut it with no anesthetic.
That's not very nice.
They use a variety of sharp objects, just really whatever they can grab. It can be knives, it can be scissors, it can just be a razor blade, or they may just get glass and burn it, like make it really, really hot.
This is all rude. This is
So
all very,
rude.
very, very, very rude.
And then,
How
after
dare
they
you
cut
cut
it,
off my clitoris?
Well, the purpose of this is so women
So they
cannot
don't feel
enjoy
pleasure.
Yeah. Then after that, they get the stumps of where they just cut, and they sew the stumps together
Stumps?
of the labia and the clitoris. So where the part that they call them stumps, the part that they just cut,
The flaps?
yeah, they just sew them together, but they leave a hole about the size of a match head for urine. So they make a new pee hole for them. So this, of course, results in lifelong mental and physical pain. Take a drink.
What?
Caroline's mouth is wide open. Everybody's holding their vagina. I'm holding my vagina.
I'm holding
Clenching
multiple vaginas. Wait, that
Have
was...
you? In
That was just last week. It's fine.
And
Wait, okay.
I know.
So, okay, they're sewn up. They have one tiny little pee hole and
Everything else is
no
just been
sex
screwed
hole.
up.
No sex hole.
No, they do have a sex hole. So it's like the top of your, in between your pee hole and sex hole, they kind of mutilate that area.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to have to watch a video.
The most important parts, they just make sure that's all screwed up so that you're in pain and that you don't enjoy sex anymore.
I would not want to have any sex.
No.
I would just jump off a bridge.
So in 1991, she meets a 56-year-old pilot named William Nelson. She's at a local bar in California, and she meets this guy, and they hit it off. And they get married 1 month later.
Oh.
So Omaima, whatever her name is, and William we're going to call him Bill, are now a couple. And he's just like this old, fat white guy, pilot. He's 6'4". He's 230 pounds. So I guess he's not too fat because that's like, like a big tall. In his pictures later on, he looked like he was a lot bigger than like what the size or this weight is saying. But at that time, he was on parole for smuggling marijuana into Texas on his plane. Now, what I don't know is, was marijuana legal in California even back then? Has it always been legal?
I don't think it has.
That's just recent, right? Okay.
Yeah.
They lived after they got married, they went on a honeymoon, and then they moved into his Costa Mesa apartment in California. And so that's where they're living. Now, this is a very short-lived marriage. Go ahead.
Because were they no sex before marriage kind of a thing?
No.
No, so he knew she had a closed up tiny hole vagina.
She had a normal vagina hole.
Okay.
She had a normal hole. She could have sex.
Yeah.
It's just
what if he
different.
was trying to like find the clit? He couldn't find it.
She don't give a shit. I mean, he don't give a shit. He can still get his rocks off.
Well, yeah. I just didn't know if she was like, oh, by the way, you know, I don't have my part. I got a little thing situation, and I'm scarred for life. But
what we're going to find is
continue.
It doesn't really stop her from having sex
living her best
because
life.
she
wasn't going to be the victim.
Seduces men.
Okay.
For like she has seduced men, so she's had multiple boyfriends, and she kind of uses sex and her looks to seduce men.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
So her vajayjay works.
Yeah.
So they're living in this apartment, and this wedding only lasts about 5 weeks because, or this marriage only lasts about 5 weeks because on December 1st, 1991,
somebody better came along.
Police receive a call from a man named Jose Escovel. He calls the police and says his ex-girlfriend came knocking on his door, crying because her husband attacked her, raped her, and she had to kill him in self-defense.
Okay.
So she begged him to come over and help her dispose of his body. She even told him that she would pay him $75,000 and give him 2 motorcycles.
Oh, cherry on top there. You sound real innocent, girl.
I know.
Ma'am.
Sounds a whole like...
Ma'am.
I mean, really sounds like self-defense.
Yes, 100%.
Jose, though, was smart. His mama must have taught him well because he was not DTF at all. He was not down to find.
No.
And this is the time that it is not, you should not be DTF because he told her, oh, yes, sure, I'll come. Go ahead and go to your house. I'll meet you there. Just drop me a pin, basically.
Yeah.
So as soon as she left, he called 911 and he was like, hey,
this bitch is crazy.
I need you to go to this address.
Yes. She's trying to.
So good thing he did because now he's not even tied up in this. So like his job is done.
That's exactly what you should do.
I know. He was not DTF and that was great.
Yeah.
So when police arrive at that
Oh my gosh, if they spin it and she says it was all him, oh gosh, the Mexican.
Ooh, that would have been smart on her part. So police arrive and they see Bill's Corvette, so the husband's Corvette outside, and they see trash bags in there. So they decide to look in the trash bags and they see human remains on the inside. So then they go inside the apartment and they see more trash bags filled with human remains, like flesh.
It's just self-defense. Like, why
do we have trash bags full of flesh?
Trash bags full of it. I don't understand.
Then they go into the bedroom and they see a mattress that is soaked in blood.
Oh, no. Did she have her period?
For 40 days, maybe.
Maybe.
Inside the bathroom, they find a hanger.
Oh.
But on the hanger is a human torso that is skinned. Like the skinned lining, skin. I don't even know the shedding. I don't know how you explain it, but she skinned a man like Katherine Knight.
So she's a skinwalker. That's what you're telling me. Okay.
She got that from her mama and her daddy.
Yes, she wanted to wear him.
Gein and Katherine Knight.
Okay, so she skinned his torso, put him on a hanger.
On a hanger.
That's a sturdy hanger.
Is she drying him out?
It couldn't have been a wire hanger.
It was maybe at least the good plastic ones.
Yeah,
or the wood ones.
Sure.
She told him that her husband killed somebody,
and he fell on the hanger
and left town.
Oh.
So this is somebody else's body. Her husband killed somebody, left town, and that's why he's not there. Oh. And left her to clean up his mess.
Oh, rude.
Yeah. So she's going with this story, right? And she's just trying to convince them until they look in her freezer and they see a big round thing wrapped in aluminum foil. And when they open it up, they see Bill's head.
Oh, this is giving me New Orleans vibes.
New Orleans.
What's his name? Addie, Zach and Addie.
Zach and Addie. And then last week, the Twitter killer, he had 8 heads in the freezer.
Oh, my God.
Or at the live show. So, aluminum foil, opened it up. It was Bill's face, but you can tell that she attempted to boil his, like, cook it. So it was like...
she was summoning
everybody.
her inner Catherine Knight.
So then she shut up. She was like, okay, maybe that is him. She had to switch the story. Then there was a deep fryer on the counter. And when they looked in the deep fryer, they found his hands.
This bitch went to town.
She deep fried his hands to
Okay.
hide the fingerprints.
Okay. Oh.
Battered and fried. No. This is horrible, but why would you not batter them? I don't know if she battered them, but why would you not
might
batter
as
them?
well. I mean, or maybe she put an Instapot. I don't know. Instapot.
Omaima was then arrested.
I think nowadays, if you decapitate or
Put in
dismember,
Instapot.
you would just Instapot them right away, and then it just steams out, and then you're fine.
Yeah, maybe
Or
so.
one of those.
You're left
What are
with the
those
bones.
fryer? Those new fryer deep
Air fryers?
Air fryer.
No, that wouldn't do it.
No.
Or would it? No, just make it crispy and. No.
Well, maybe if they wanted
with the
to
Instapot.
eat them, they could Instapot them. Then they could air fryer them.
Oh, yeah, maybe so.
Or just put on the grill.
Oh, she's about to.
Oh, good. Tell me.
So Omaima was arrested, and she sits in jail for a year until they have the trial.
Until she seduces the officers.
Yeah, she tries everything.
Or the other inmates, because, they all kind of turn lesbian, I think.
So at the trial, she's immediately cries, self-defense, right? At the trial, they had pictures up around the courtroom of his head, boom, and I looked everywhere for pictures, of course. There's not. His hands in the deep fryer.
Gotta go to the dark web.
Torsos hanging on the hanger, and then pictures of his flesh in the bags. Now the defense, so her people claimed it was self-defense because he subjected her to physical and sexual abuse. She said that immediately after their honeymoon that he would practice BDSM on her and all other types of kinks, and that if she did not cooperate, he would beat her and rape her. And so she had to defend herself with whatever she could get her hands on.
Okay.
Now, they also painted the picture of her horrible childhood. Her daddy also beat her and raped her, and her vagina was cut up.
Cut up.
So, he was trying to appeal to the jury.
Yeah, yeah.
So she looked like the victim. And they also portrayed Bill Nelson as a sick sexual sadist who just tortured his wife. And they also told a story. This isn't funny.
But it
is. They also told a story that he bought her a kitten.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, this is...
And that she loved this kitten. She had this kitten in her lap when they were going down the highway, and that she pissed him off, and that he grabbed the kitten out of her lap and just threw it out the window as they were going down the highway.
What's wrong with that?
And so they were just trying to paint Bill as this horrible person, right?
Person. You're like, if you were on the jury, you'd be like, okay, Bill.
Innocent.
Okay, Bill. I see you.
I was like, why would you kill this great man? So the prosecution came in and they were like, oh no, nope, this bitch is not a victim.
No.
This bitch is a scam artist who preys on men by using her looks, by using bondage and sex games to rob them.
Ooh.
And that at that time, she had 3 felony charges.
Oh, no.
Where she was being accused for allegedly tying up her exes,
Leaving them there.
beating them until they gave up their money at gunpoint.
She's
She's pissed at men.
She hates men.
So a bunch of her ex-lovers actually testified on the stand, and all of them, they can't be in the courtroom when each other's testifying, but all of their stories were about the same, that she tied them up to the bed, pretended like there was going to be like this great sex game.
Yeah, put this Baldo gagger in their mouth, all the things.
Yep, tied them hands, and then beat them, and then held them at gunpoint until they told her where all their money is.
Yeah, they're like, this is exciting until it's not.
So now who's the sadist?
That would be Belinda or whatever. What's her name? Jemima. Omaima.
Omaha.
I do want to know what she looks like. Can I look her up?
Yeah.
Omaima.
We wouldn't. I don't know that we would think that she is.
Oh my ma. I don't even know how to spell it. Is that her name?
Type in Sugar Baby Cannibal.
Okay.
So, during this time, they had to, I got this from actually Bailey.
Yes.
Bailey Syrian. So, there had to be some interviews with some psychiatrists, right? Because this crime scene is crazy. So she felt really comfortable with the psychiatrist, and she told psychiatrist the story.
Yeah.
She said that it was Thanksgiving morning, so I should have saved this for Thanksgiving, but I needed a quick story, and found it this morning.
Yep.
So...
Sounds like me.
So she found it. She got up Thanksgiving morning and she tied him up to the bed to play some sex games.
Okay.
And she beat him with a lamp, stabbed him in the chest with scissors, and then beat him with an iron. Now, this guy is 6'4", 230, okay?
What?
But she said that she went into a trance for the next 12 hours when she dismembered his body on the kitchen floor. Now, she's little bitty. She's like 5 feet tall. She decapitated him. She castrated him. So that is a sign that you're really pissed at men, right?
Yeah, it's like Lorena Bobbitt up in here.
Dismembered him. Her neighbors reported that they heard her garbage disposal running for 48 hours straight.
At what point can you hear your neighbor's garbage disposal running?
In an apartment, and probably like thin wall
an
apartment.
Okay.
And it's just going and going and going. I'd be pissed. She boiled his hands, fried them up in hot grease so the fingerprints would be gone. Then, because it's Thanksgiving, she realized how hungry she was. So she decided to take a shower.
She took a little nibble.
And then she changed her clothes and she put on her red dress, her red heels, her red lipstick, and she barbecued his ribs like a restaurant would, quote unquote.
Yeah.
She sat at the kitchen table and ate his ribs with barbecue sauce. They were so sweet, so delicious. I like mine tender, quote unquote.
Wait. So, I mean, was she out of food? No.
No, because she then took the rest of his meat that she's taken off of his body.
Wait, was she
mixed it
still
up with the turkey meat? Like, this is like in between decapitation and slaughtering him.
Was she still in her trance?
The trance only lasted 12 hours, and
This was post-trance.
Yes, it's post-trance.
Okay. Okay, girl, you post-trance, but what is this? What's the next step? She's trance.
And then
after her, this is post-trance, so is there another... There's no state. You're back to normal now. Now you're back to normal and you're eating human ribs.
Now you're eating human ribs.
Understand.
Psychiatrist says she was in a psychotic
Oh,
state.
psychosis? Oh, she's going... Okay. Great. Thanks, psychiatrist. It's clear.
Now,
But what did human doesn't taste good.
she said it was
But
delicious.
she said it was
and
real sweet.
sweet.
I guess if you
She
know
put
what,
some good barbecue sauce
anytime
with
you
brown
add
sugar.
barbecue sauce to something, it's gonna be good. So you know what, get you some, girl. Your mama, Omaima, yo mama.
Now, she said they took the rest of his meat and mixed it in with turkey meat so that to like hide it, and
Yeah,
she
they
put
give a little bit more flavor.
kind of put it to dispose of it.
Oh,
So that
okay.
it can be masked by the turkey meat or whatever.
Yeah.
She disposed of a lot of it in the garbage disposal, but then also in the trash bags and stuff, right? Now, they took everything that they found, like all the head, all the meat that they had, and there were still 80 pounds of Bill missing.
Oh.
80 pounds.
Okay, so she got the ribs, she got the head, she got the hands, she got the torso. So we're missing.
There was like bags of, they took
the
all the bags of
legs.
stuff.
Like we're missing below torso and down.
So they're thinking what was missing is what she put in the garbage disposal. Wherever that goes, where does it go when you put stuff in the garbage disposal? Down the drain and into the
Sewage or something? You can't put you can't even put like lettuce in the garbage disposal, much less a fucking leg.
Well, this was meat. She's like chopped. She like took it down
I
to
know,
meat.
but I don't think you can even put meat in the disposal.
I don't know. Maybe in Costa Mesa you can.
She had listen, I have garbage disposal issues, and I did not put any human meat or legs or feet or butt or ears in my disposal. So I'm pissed.
Wow. Now,
So yeah, we're missing half this body, but we're thinking
wherever
48
it is.
hours worth. She must have had a hell of a good disposal.
Oh, or did she eat it? I don't know. Did she eat the other 80 pounds?
What
Did
does she normally
dispose
eat? Does
of
she
some?
normally eat ribs? Like, right?
Who eats? I hate ribs. That would not be the part of his body that I would have eaten.
I mean, I don't. What would you eat? The butt?
Well, no, you talked about a juicy thigh the other night, so I might have would have ate a thigh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so at the trial, they deliberated for 6 days.
What are they deliberating about?
That's what I said. Because what are you questioning? Because she was on trial for
Well, his head wasn't fully
first
boiled.
degree.
It was in the freezer.
I guess for first degree murder, you have to prove that it was premeditated.
Okay, bitch. Self-defense is like push you, stab you and run away, shoot you and run away, not chop everything up and then boil you and then bake you and then grill you and then eat you.
But
Or
was
is
it
it
premeditated?
Or is it?
So they had no evidence that like she had planned this when she met him, or that she had planned this the day before, or that she had got it, because she told them that he raped her that morning. And that's what triggered her to kill him and do all of that. So her story is, because he raped me, this is why I did this.
Okay, bitch.
And they had no, according to the jury, they had no proof that this was planned. And the neighbors heard the garbage disposal, but they never heard any like yelling or no signs of abuse. So they didn't think there was prolonged abuse. Anyways, she got convicted on second degree murder, which means she couldn't get death penalty or life without possibility of parole. So on
Don't tell
January
me
12th,
this bitch is out.
No,
Okay.
she got 25 years to life, plus an extra 6 years for false imprisonment, because some of the ex-boyfriends that testified,
Because they were
they pulled some extra charges out of that.
Good.
So it was good. So there's like plus 6 years, whatever that math is. She was up for parole in 2011.
Oh.
And at that time, she claimed to be a born-again Christian.
Like they always do. Yes, good for her.
And she had been in a married and in a committed relationship. I knew you were going to get pissed.
I get so pissed when these people are murderers, go to jail, and they end up married. I am about to murder somebody and go to jail and end up married.
You will end up married. Yeah.
But it has to be like a good murder. Like, it can't just be like, oh, I ran over somebody. No. I have to like really kill.
And document it so I could talk about it on the podcast at least.
Yeah. I'll video it all.
So she says that she's born again and that she is no longer a danger to men because she has conjugal visits with her husband. She has not hurt him.
Oh. Good. She should be released. Release her.
And wherever she is, conjugal visits can last for 3 days. And they're in like...
Is she in Peru? With
I know, with Joran.
Yeah, Joran Vandersloot.
But this is California. And she said that there are knives where she has this conjugal visit because there's a kitchen.
Oh, my.
And that she has not hurt her husband yet.
Oh,
so
good
she should
for
be
you,
released.
Catherine.
So Bill's daughter, so her husband that she killed's daughter, also spoke at this parole hearing. And she told the story of how the day before Thanksgiving that he called her and asked her to come over and have Thanksgiving dinner with them because he wanted her to meet his new wife. She said that he acted like he was proud of his new wife, and he wanted his daughter, who was 16 at that time, to meet him, to meet her. Well, 16-year-old daughter was pissed that he married somebody after a month. So she refused to come.
Yeah, facts.
And she, of course, feels guilty for that. Now, years later, she is married and she has a grandkid. So she was like, my dad was not there to walk me down the aisle. He cannot meet his grandchild. And
don't let this bitch out.
I don't know what the punishment is for a murderer who does not leave a body for their family to mourn. But what I do know is that you don't let them out. So because of that, she was denied parole.
Yes.
But she's up again in 2026. Oh. So in 3 years, she is up for parole.
Can somebody please start a list, an Excel spreadsheet, and put all the people who we've talked about and when their parole ends or when they're up for parole? Because
there's a bunch in the next couple years.
There's a lot that I cannot remember. And I need to know. I need to remember these things. So if you could do that, we would love that.
Yes. So that is the Sugar Baby Cannibal.
That was so good. This bitch was hungry, and she still is, and she's married. She's probably pregnant by now. She probably already had another kid.
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, can she have a kid? Did she have a kid?
I mean, it didn't mess up her uterus or her anything.
She probably have to have a C-section. Well, maybe not if she has the hole, the sex hole. You can have the...
This is that, just because I told you it was cut, it confused you way too much.
Yeah, because I thought everything was sewn shut. And there was only left for a pee hole. But you got to go think about there's 3 holes. So
There's 3 holes?
Well, there's the pee hole, the V hole, and the butthole. Yeah. P, V, and B. This is actually anatomy. This is anatomy class. This is geography class. This is horticulture. Wait, what's the study of oceanography?
Oceanography?
This is oceans class. We are here to serve all the people. We will talk about everything.
Talk about it all.
And anything. So maybe we should just do a call-in show one day. People call in. Oh, that would be a disaster. I don't know where I thought about that. Anyway.
That is it.
Love it. I love it. I love it. Great. Thanks. And
we'll see y'all next week. Yeah. So what we have not had in a while is new reviews. We do have some that we need to review, but we need some more. So go on.
Do we have any bad ones?
Rate us, review us, and subscribe to us Yeah, but we need to save it so we can read all of them at one
Yes,
time. So if you
we
want
do.
yours read, go put it in right now.
Yeah,
Right now,
go
right
put
now.
it in. You go to Apple. Actually, you know what? Also, they can do on Spotify. There's this new thing. Did you know? You probably didn't.
Yeah,
Said
we
it to-
told them 14 times.
No. I don't think you did.
We could do 5 stars?
No, you can go if you listen on Spotify. There's Q&A,
Oh.
and you go to listen, and it says Q&A. What did you think about this episode? And you can click reply, and you can type what you thought about the episode.
Oh.
So y'all should do that, because you could be like, this was great, but Caroline is so gross. This is great, but April snorts and coughs and chews ice. We love everything about y'all, or we hate everything about, like, whatever. Just go. You could go that. I mean, I just found it, and I think you should start using it.
Do it.
So you can do that. You can leave us a comment on Spotify, and you can leave us a review on Apple.
Do it all, do it all, do it all. Don't forget to
Stay aware,
stay alive.
and always be DTF.
Bye.
Goodbye, visiting angels, America's choice and home care.